Hi Pallavi, how are you?
Yeah, hi Rakesh. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. Can you tell me something about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Pallavi Bhor. I have 5 years of experience as a quality assurance tester. I've done my master's in computer applications, and I've my last company was TCS, and I've also worked with Emphasis and Sintel. And in TCS, I worked as a quality assurance tester, wherein my roles and responsibilities were to go through the requirement documents, design the test cases, execute them, and we followed a agile methodology, and wherein we had the sprint meetings, and also I my role was also to write the automation scripts and uh, yeah or to write the automation scripts, then test case management, and going through the reports, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, great. So, can you tell me something about the framework that you have worked on?
Yeah, I've worked in the hybrid framework,
Hmm.
the wherein we used Selenium in Java as a code, as a language to write the code. Then we used TestNG for as a test management tool, and then we used Git for uh, publishing the code, and uh, yeah, and we also used Maven for build management, and Maven for build management, and TestNG Maven. And
We
in
use BDD Cucumber.
yeah, I we followed BTT Cucumber.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, we also used POM as a design pattern.
Hmm.
Yeah, and Jenkins for uh, triggering the test cases, and finally carrying out the build, and doing the getting the reports out of them.
Oh, oh,
I mean, as a CI/CD integration tool, we used Jenkins.
right, right. So, which are the different TestNG annotations that you have used?
Uh, at the rate test,
Hmm.
and then at the rate data provider,
Hmm.
uh, at the rate uh, at the rate parameters.
What is the purpose of a data provider?
Data provider is used for in the data driven testing, wherein we want to pass different parameters, like wherein we used to when we need to check different username and passwords
Hmm.
for the login functionality. That time we use data provider annotation, wherein we could give the data provider name, and in the test method, then we can use those values and execute the test.
Let's say this data provider mechanism you want to use from the BDD perspective, then what will you do?
Okay.
Hmm.
For the BDD perspective, we can use the scenario outline.
Okay, great. Mm-hmm.
In the scenario outline, we would write in the examples, like scenario outline, and then in examples we can write username, password, and then we can pass the different parameters
Mm-hmm.
like
Right,
password.
correct, correct. Okay. So this is about parameterization. In TestNG, you can do using data provider, and in BDD Cucumber, you can do it via scenario outline. What is Maven?
Maven is a build management tool which
Mm-hmm.
is used for building the our projects, and we can add various dependencies also using the Maven tool, like Selenium, Cucumber, and all in our projects.
Okay. Okay. Let's say you are trying to automate a website in which you are getting dynamic drop downs, right? So how will you handle this dynamic drop downs in Selenium?
Uh, Dynamic drop downs, we can handle it with the use of, I think, uh, we can the dynamic. elements we can make use of starts with or contains. We can use the methods like starts with or contains, and we can also use
So let's say you are trying to automate a drop down, which is dynamic in nature. Can you write the code for that? Just the logic.
which is dynamic in nature.
Yes, yes. You have a drop down. Let's say it's a list of countries in which there are different list of the countries is displayed. You have India, China, Japan, various list of countries are displayed. Now this is a dynamic in nature. So can you write just the logic how we will automate this particular drop down?
Yeah.
Can you share your screen?
Um, Are you able to see the screen?
It's loading. Yeah, Zoom is visible. Or you can write the code in Notepad++ or Notepad is fine.
Okay.
Just open normal Notepad.
Notepad plus, I think.
Anything you can open.
Okay.
Can you scroll down further?
Yeah.
Hit enter, scroll down further. Yeah, yeah. Now you can write the code.
Could you please repeat the question?
So you have to automate the dynamic drop down in Selenium,
Okay.
right? So how will you automate the dynamic drop? What will you do?
Okay. And is it like I need to select some specific city name? Suppose it's a city's drop down.
Mhm.
And
You
is
can, yeah, you have to select. So for that, what will you do? You will have to iterate,
okay.
right? So how will you do that? You are correct. You'll go for loop.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
um,
What else? Mhm.
This, find elements. Yeah, but I need, and then I yeah, but here actually I'm not able this. I need to handle this dynamic drop down also.
Yes.
Well, I'm just
See,
thinking, how can I?
what happens in a dynamic drop down? Let's say if you are entering new, right? If you are entering new, then it will list down the countries starting with new or cities. If it's a cities drop down, so it will start with New York will come in the auto suggestion, New Delhi will come in the auto suggestions, right? Those things would happen. So first of all, you can start with the new itself, right? So whenever you write the new, then you'll automatically get the suggestions like New Delhi, New York, New Jersey. Now, once you are getting these suggestions, then what you have to do, you have to find that you have to find the locator for that element, which is auto suggest, right? Wait, let me do one thing. Let me share my screen. Mhm. Fine. Is the screen visible? Are you able to see my screen?
Um,
Get it? Okay. Wait, let me stop sharing your screen. Now, are you able to see the screen?
yeah,
See, what happens in a dynamic dropdown as you were seeing. So first you'll do this send keys of Q, right? You have to find out the locator for this auto suggest. So that text box or that dropdown will have some uh, element, right? So that you have to find any locator you can take here. For example, I've taken by.id.
okay,
Red.sleep if it is taking some time for deal, right? You can also apply some weight, soft dealing.
okay,
Okay. Now, when you hit that drop down, then you're not getting one element there. You're getting list of elements, right? when do we take web element? When there is one element. If there are multiple elements that you are getting, then you'll go for list of web elements, right? Now, once you're getting list of web elements, so this is your options, right? So options equal to driver dot find elements of by dot XPath. Now what we will do for, we will have this for each loop, right? You can go for each loop because this is an enhanced for loop. For web element of option is to options. So whatever the options that we will have, we want to iterate through that. If it equals New York, then I will perform the click action, right? Otherwise, what would happen? It will give all these options, New Delhi, New York, New Jersey, like that, right?
Okay.
But option.getText is the function that we are using, which will help us to fetch the text of the option that we are looking for. Here, for example, we are looking for a specific option like New York, right? If you are looking for New Delhi, then you'll keep New Delhi here, right? And the break is used so that it comes out of that loop. We have to stop that loop once the desired value is out.
Okay.
All right. So that's how you'll write the code for this kind of drop downs.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
And this thread node sleep for
Instead of thread.sleep, you can use soft relay as well. You can go for that. Right. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Okay. So here we were discussing about the thread.sleep. So instead of that, you can also use WebDriver wait. Right. Okay. What is page object model?
page object model is a design pattern uh,
Mm,
used in the hybrid framework, which we had used in the hybrid framework, wherein we designed our uh, classes. I mean, uh, I mean, each web page it represented a class,
mm,
wherein we defined our locators using find by, and also we performed actions using the methods. We wrote methods in that.
mhm. Okay. Um, Fine. So can you tell me where do you use a configuration file?
Configuration file
Yes.
we use in where we want to write or define a URL,
Mhm.
or else when a particular role is fixed, that time also we can use, like, we can assign username and password in the
Mhm.
configuration file.
Okay. What additional things you'll use in your configuration file?
Uh, Also we can specify browser as well.
Right. Browser is there, URL is there. Let's say if you want to use some credit card, debit card options, that also you can keep in your properties file.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Can you tell me what is the difference between src slash main slash Java? So you have that project structure in the framework, src main Java, and you have src test Java. What is the difference between these two folder structures?
Okay. SRC main Java is used for it is the main branch wherein we have different folders. Like we have pages folder in the SRC main Java.
Mhm.
Then we have utilities folder,
Okay.
have utilities pages, and yeah. And in SRC test Java, we have resources folder, test folder.
Mhm.
In the pages folder, which is under SRC main Java, we have various design classes specific to the different pages. And then we have in the utilities folder, we have different pages related to the, in utilities folder, we have designed the common methods, utilities, which we'll use in our framework, common functionalities.
Okay. Where will you keep your step definitions?
We'll keep our step definitions. We'll keep our step definitions in the main Java.
Mhm. In the main Java. Step definition files. Mhm.
Yeah.
See, what is step definition? So step definition is having the code. Okay, you can keep it in src main Java, but the good practice would be to keep in src test Java because you will have assertions, checkpoints you will have in that. src main Java will contain all your configurations. part. Like as you were telling, you can have pages as one of the package, and you can have all your classes related to the pages in which you keep locators and their methods. So that is fine. But when it comes to feature files, it would be in the resources. It would be a part of your SRC test. When it comes to step definition file, it would be again a part of your SRC test Java, right? So step definition, we have to keep an SRC because SRC test because it is a kind of a validation that we are keeping.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now let's say you have to read the code from the properties file. So can you write that code? How you'll read the code from the properties file? How you'll read some particular configuration file? You are already telling you have used properties file, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah,
yeah, there
step.
is 2 to 3 lines of code that you have to write for properties file.
Actually, I had long back implemented it.
Okay, no worries.
What
See,
is it?
uh,
File input stream? No, no.
yes, yes, it is. What were you telling? Input stream. Before that, what were you telling?
File input stream. We
Of
can.
right, that is file input stream only. See, this is how you'll write the code. You'll first create the object of your properties.
Yes.
Properties prop equal to new of properties. Then file input stream fis equal to new file input stream of config.properties, right? File input stream is one of the class that we are using in the Java itself. Now, what happens with the config.properties? When you want to read some file, how do you do it manually? You have to double click on that, right? And then you'll be able to read it. So you have to load that particular file. So we'll use properties.load of fis. And then you will start assigning, we'll start taking these properties one by one. Browser is there, URL is there. You were telling about username, password. So all these properties will take one by
Okay, okay, fine.
one. Okay. Can you tell me what is hooks class in BDD? Why do we need hooks class?
Last we use it for, whenever we want to carry out certain actions before any test method or after any test method execution, then we can use hooks class, and we can use annotations like at at the rate before and at the rate after.
Mm,
Yeah, like whenever we want to launch any browser, so before the browser setup, we can use this annotation at the rate before and a public void setup, and then we can do the setup. And after at the rate after, we can use it to tear down method wherein we want to close or quit the browser.
correct, correct. Um, what is the purpose of test runner file?
Test runner file is used in the TestNG framework,
Mm,
used for the execution of our test cases.
okay. So let's say I want to run only smoke test feature file.
Okay.
Then how will I put that particular, how will I trigger the test cases only of my smoke test feature file through test run? What would I do in that case?
We'll have to add the at the rate annotation.
Mm.
Rate
Yeah,
only smoke test.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, at the rate smoke, and then uh, we'll call that test method,
Mm.
and we'll define in the test method. We'll define at the rate annotation smoke
Mm.
parameter. Sorry,
Take your time. How you will give that thing to
like
the test runner? How you'll supply that? What can I say? You'll be supplying some thing, right? Let me tell you the answer. It is at the rate tag itself. So whatever the tag names that you'll provide in the feature file, that you'll provide it in the test
oh,
runner.
feature file in test runner.
Yes. Yes. Now you have to open this website.
Okay,
Okay. So this is an e-commerce website.
okay.
Okay, can you share your screen?
Yes. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah. Can you click close button here?
Close.
Yeah, it is written. No, we will inform you for subscribe now.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
see close there. Yeah, close it. You'll see close button towards the right side. Yeah. Now scroll down. Do one thing, click on dresses. Yeah, okay, fine. This is fine. This is fine. Let it be. Okay. Can you find out the locator for the first product?
First, this one.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Let's say you want to fetch the name of that particular product.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So can you find out the locator for that?
Yeah. Yes.
Mhm. Okay, you're getting this. Fine. How about the price of this product?
Okay. Price.
Hmm.
I mean, we want both or only price.
Let's say first, just let's focus on price now.
Okay. Yeah.
Done?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What if I don't want to go with this text?
Then
Hmm.
I can I can use uh, contains
Contains what?
contains and text is equal to 12, like that.
Contains and text equal to 12. Yeah, you can use it, but that again will have contains in that.
Okay.
But if I don't want to go for contains,
Then
can I take class equal to price?
class is equal to price.
Can I go for that?
Uh, yeah, but then we'll have to check for the other uh,
Yeah. So,
pan class names as well.
right, right. So let's say if you go for class equal to price, then what would happen? What additional thing that you will have to add to find out this locator?
Can I just write it here?
Yeah,
Check.
yeah, yeah, you can write. Yeah,
Um, span is equal to uh, I think we can add it class span is equal to price and we can use contains with. I mean,
right, right. So write that locator contains.
yeah.
Right, it is 12 point,
Yeah, 12 point.
point 00. What else you will add?
And class is equal to price and
Hmm.
text is equal to this. Yeah, I can just remember this
Mhm.
only.
No problem, no problem. This is fine. See, you can also create an XPath, something like this. Let me share in the chat box with you. Okay. Here you can replace the class and those items. So can you see the XPath that I've shared in the chat box?
Mm. Oh yeah, let me check.
Hmm.
Mm. No, I cannot.
You're not able to see? Okay, wait. Let me do one thing. Let me share my screen so that I can showcase to you. Um, there are various locators that you can create.
Yeah,
Right? Is the screen visible?
no. I
So
think I'll
just
have to stop my screen sharing.
okay, wait. Let me stop my screen. Uh,
Yeah, now I can.
now are you able to see the screen?
Yeah. But have you shared the?
Yeah, the locators.
Yeah, yeah.
As the locators. So these are two types of locators that you can create. So one is contains class price and contains text. So you were going in the right direction. This is how you can write it, right? And another point is you can also use ancestor here. So you can start from the product name itself, that is white satin dress, and you can take the ancestor and then take the class, right? So whatever the product item related class is there that you can create. So these are the two types of locators that you can use to find out the elements.
Okay, okay.
Fine. Great. Yeah. Okay, Pallavi, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
feedback.
sure.